What's going on, everybody? This is the TheGameHuntah channel with a new episode. Let's play Zombination Infected. I'm gonna start doing some special episode dedicated to some particular unit that I believe are the most important for the infected army. And today I'm gonna start with the Biohazard on the Patient Zero. The Biohazard is the rare version. The Patient Zero is the legendary. This unit is really important because of the following attributes: damage over time. The disease cloud that surrounds the Biohazard and the Patient Zero damage nearby units. The cloud affects multiple targets. The disease cloud travel over barricades and walls. That is huge. And we're gonna go through a couple games and replays so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about, why it's so important. Okay, one of the disadvantage of the Biohazard and the Patient Zero is the low health. So this is a unit that you have to protect. You need to have some mid shield in front of it, because otherwise you're gonna be in trouble. This guy died in like a one shot. If you have a sniper, if you have a spec ops around it for the survivors, well, you are in trouble. You really need to have something protecting him. But this unit is so valuable, so valuable. It's gonna help you to kill all those survivors that are sometimes get tricky between buildings or between barricades. And if you don't have a unit like this, well, you're gonna pay the price, and most of your drones are probably dying trying to reach one of those units. Okay, like this one, you see, look at that unit is surrounded by barricades, so it is extremely difficult for you to just bring the drones and trying to bring down that barricades, right? In the meantime, most of the units are gonna die, so you have to play around with the Biohazard. You have to use the Biohazard in your army. So let's play a couple drums. Gonna be talking about the different attributes and perks that you can have with the Biohazard. At level 1, I mean level 3, you can, I think it's called Pro Virals, so you have 5% chance to deal 200% damage, which is great, especially if it's a ranged unit. When you reach level 10, you can choose between the airborne vector or the dangerous strain. The airborne vector increases the area and effect of the cloud by 50%. The dangerous strain increases the damage by 30%. So you have to probably make some important decisions and see what is the most convenient for you. You see, right now, for example, I shot a flare outside the margin of those survivors. So the survivors were receiving damage of the disease cloud, but all my units were completely safe. Okay, you have to play with the flare. The flare is probably one of the most important special, it's not called perks, I think they have another name. Okay, I don't know, attributes and stuff like that you can have. Not the steams. I think the flare for the Biohazard is just critical because of the same reason, right? So if we continue reviewing the Biohazard, when you reach level 20, you can increase the size. You see right now, whoop, my units didn't have to do anything. I know it sounds like a double negative. It doesn't matter. It's just the cloud, the disease cloud was the one who took care of those unit survivors. Okay, all my other units were completely safe. Right now, let's put a geyser of drones in the back to take care of the machine gun, and game over. Game over, my friend. This is one of those units. The Biohazard is one of the units that you can just you can play a bunch of games. For example, right now, the only special infected that I deploy, it was just the Biohazard. So if you're good with this unit, if you know how to protect it, you can play a lot of games and get a lot of resources without deploying the rest of your troops, right? So in this case, for example, I'm gonna use we have a unit that I'm receiving, a Goliath, probably from one of my allies, which is perfect because that means that I have an extra mid shield and I can use the Patient Zero or the Biohazard. Right now I got both in the team. I'm not using both at the same time. I can use both, of course, but just want to show you I got both right now, which is really cool. So at level 20 we increase in +1 the deployment size. At level 30, one more time, you need to decide between torpor, which is increase the target cooldown by 30%, and the other one is adrenal stimulation, which reduce the ally cooldowns by 20%. At level 40, we can increase one more time the deployment size by 1. And at level 50 are the most cool perks that you can get with the Biohazard. You can choose between the necrotic flesh, which target unable to heal. Okay, that is really nice, because that means that all the paramedic or the survivor had, they're not gonna do absolutely anything, absolutely nothing. Okay, they're completely useless. Or the other option that you have is a cellular reconstruction, which is gonna heal your allies. I mean, what else you want? It's like a doctor, and also is spreading the disease around the enemies, and also healing your drones. I mean, that is just perfect. And that's the one that you reach once you get to level 50. Okay, but again, one more time, you see, I don't even need to get close to those snipers, because the patient zero or the Biohazard, yeah, of course, they take care of business from distance. Okay, but you have to protect them. Okay, you have to protect them, because they're sometime when you have, for example, a building, let's say there is a hospital and there is some survivors in the other corner of the street, most of the drones are gonna go straight to the hospital, and your special infected are gonna go try to kill those survivors. So all of a sudden you have all your forces are completely spread out around the map. That's why you need to use the flare. Okay, use the flare, shoot the flare, make sure that your units are moving together, or make sure that they don't run by themselves. Otherwise you're gonna be in trouble, because if the Biohazard is trying to attack directly at one of those powerful melee survivors units, you are in trouble. Trust me. I'm experimenting with the Biohazard and the patient zero for that reason. And if if you ask me what is the main differences between the patient zero and the Biohazard, basically our damage and hit points. Remember, the patient zero is a legendary creature, the Biohazard is a rare version, and these are the only two units of this kind. Okay, there is not like a common, there is not like an uncommon version of the Biohazard. Okay, so but I heard, somebody told me that maybe they're gonna release like a common or uncommon version of the Biohazard when they release the final game, which is pretty cool, right? Nice. So, and the other thing that I want to clarify, because I remember in one of my videos somebody asked me, patient zero, how do you get the patient zero, who is the patient zero, blah blah blah, and then I was kind of like wasn't sure. You see, right now we're using the Biohazard one more time to spread the disease and try to kill those spec ops. My drones are completely stupid, they're not gonna go and attack it, so I need to be extremely careful. Let's see if we can deploy another group of right now they are completely out of range of my disease cloud, but that's why we have flares, right? So you have to you have to go and get the upgrade of the flare gun and make sure that the cooldown get decreased, because it's extremely useful. It's one of the most important ones, to be quite honest. I thought the Steam C was critical. It is good, of course, increased damage and a bunch of all the stuff, but the flare, let me tell you, the flare is the one that allows you to control this horde. It's allow you to control this mass of infected unit, and they can go and do what you want. That's the only way to control these guys. Okay, so for infected players, it's critical. You say, ooh, no problem, spec ops. That's why we have the Gazer drone, and they can take care of those units that are like hiding in corners and stuff like that. So we don't need to deflect the flow of the horde. The horde can keep moving. I don't need to go back and just kill that survivor. And that why is that important? Because remember, we have a time limit. Okay, in every mission we have a limit, so we can't really. Okay, do you see we have this guys almost die, no flare, save both Biohazards, which is great. And in the meantime, I was able to damage all those units with the disease clouds. How cool is that? Right, that was the best example that I have to show you how to manage the biohazard and the patient zero to do extra damage, and how to control your horror, basically. Really important. So I decided to start doing these videos because you know, the game is still in beta. For what I know, the beta for Android devices is open for everybody. So you need to go to Zombination.com. I don't remember if it's /beta or no, but everybody from Android devices can get into the beta of Zombination. That's not the case, unfortunately, for iOS devices. It's still in closed beta. There is not that many licenses, there's not many keys for everybody, so that really sucks. But let's hope that the game is gonna get released soon. They're doing an amazing job. I mean, every time that I receive the newsletter with some updates, what they're doing with the game and everything, it blows my mind. I mean, they're doing a lot of details in graphics. For example, in this one, I know in Moscow, because you saw those buildings in there. And I can't wait to meet the developers and the community managers of this game, probably in PAX East 2015 in Boston. Hopefully we'll have a chance to meet them, probably talk to them and give me some ideas, well, all my feedback and stuff like that. But in the meantime, I want to continue making videos, because once the game got released, you guys are gonna have all the knowledge to start playing Zombination without any problem. Okay. And remember, I don't remember the name of my guild. I believe it's called TheGameHuntah Infected. I believe that's the name. Okay, so you can come over here, join us, and if you have any questions, just shoot me a message. Okay, I'll do my best to help you. Okay, that's one of the reasons I decided to do all these videos. All my channel is dedicated to help players to learn how to play better some games and stuff like that. And you see, one more time, Gazer saved me big time. And now we're gonna put the flare in there, so I don't need to wait for the rest of the horde to arrive. Yes, we can use one Colossus. Colossus can take care of that Spec Ops, and that's a victory for us. So it's all about controlling your horde, but this is why I just want to show you why the Biohazard and the Patient Series, one of those units, are so important. They can really change the game, and if you learn how to manage it, how to take control with the flare and everything, how to, well, you know, control your horde, control your guys, you shouldn't have any problem. And I strongly recommend you to upgrade this unit. If you have more than one Biohazard, you can upgrade 2 Biohazard, and you can have a whole team. You can even have a full team of Biohazard if you want. But anyway, I just want to make this quick video to give you a heads up about this valuable unit, Biohazard and Patient Zero. This is TheGameHuntah, and again, if you want to hear about one unit in particular, just put in the commentary section. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, Infected.